This is intro to the Midnight Pod featuring my PA.
Peach.
Who's going to remain unnamed. She's becoming a full-time content creator. We're driving down on a Sunday to her mum's birthday party, basically.
You're actually going to post this?
Potentially,
And we're getting a matcha as well.
People say I don't post enough of my life outside of the desk. Not that there is much that often. And my friend said all my content's fucking depressing or something, which is kind of true. So, filming some more lifestyle stuff. What do you say? What's your favourite Spacegoods product?
Hydro Dust.
I think it tastes like shit in the current version. Do you not?
No, I love it. No, I actually I like it. Sometimes I dream about it. Anyone I give it to loves it as well.
Yeah, Hydro
It's like
Dust
so
is being
refreshing.
redone because it came out wrong.
Is it
Being
actually?
redone in 2 new flavours, so it should be a lot better soon.
Wait, what
It's a very crowded space, but
Not with mushrooms.
we're still selling a lot of it.
Not with
Well,
mushrooms in it.
yeah, but the mushroom's more like a token amount, if I'm honest. Alright, on that bombshell. Yo, so I'm in the office for once. Barely anyone in on Tuesday. I never film in here because there's loads of people in here. Normally share with like 5 different brands, mainly Suri, the toothbrush brand. But people want to see more BTS, so I'm going to film more BTS. It's a Tuesday. Normal office day is like Wednesday, Thursday for our team. But I've been coming in more, partially because it's air-conned and it's really fucking hot right now at home. But also just because I've got more stuff that I guess involves team. And being in person when I can is better for that. So, yeah, I'm going to document more BTS. I get kind of self-conscious recording in here because there's other businesses. So probably talk less about numbers and stuff, but it's not a co-work space, but it's like our office that we share with other people. So I'll do a tour later today and show you more. Apologies for the gum chewing. I was actually with Steve Hewitt from Gymshark for 2 hours this morning, which was cool. Met him through originally like 6 months ago or a few months ago at an event that was put on by the recruiters we used to hire David, our MD, which is like a cool side effect, I guess. Obviously he was the CEO of Gymshark. I guess his kind of whole brand thing is he took it from 5 to 500 million, although he's like extremely humble, northern like me. He's from Newcastle and very direct, so I like his style. Now he works with brands. Since he exited, he made like a fuckload of money. I'm not going to say how much, but he did tell me how much. And yeah, he works with brands that are in our kind of stage. He says like 15 to 100 million is like his sweet spot. 15 million to 100 million, brands in that scale, and brands trying to go from like circa 15 to 100 plus, which obviously is what I'm trying to do. Feels fucking hard. But his style is very good. It clicks with me. Makes complicated things very simple and makes me like think about things differently. So I met him for like 2 hours because we're potentially going to work together in some capacity with his consultancy thing. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's not just him, it's him and a bunch of other previous Gymshark people, but also other people. So yeah, that could be interesting. There's like loads of different places to sit. I'm sat for a change of scene up here. I don't have a comfy office chair or a nice screen in the office, which is one problem, probably one reason I don't come as much as I should. But I'll do a proper tour shortly, probably at lunch when there's less people around, so I'm not filming people that don't want to be filmed. But I've got a fuckload of stuff to lock in on now. I feel like my ADHD, which is something I've never talked about, but I was diagnosed with that. I do take medication for that, strangely. I feel like it's got worse as the business has got busier because there's so much I should be doing and could be doing that I end up doing nothing or not enough. So it's probably also why I ramble in videos and I kind of change topic every 2 minutes. But yeah, I need to lock in now for a while. I'll catch you in a bit. Hey, sorry, someone finally left the booth. It's not actually that busy, there's just nothing was working. None of the doors were shutting on the booths, and there's someone being really loud next to me, so I thought I'd come try and somewhere quiet. I was with Mr. Gymshark this morning, hence the move. Yeah, not bad. I had 4 vaccines yesterday, so my arm's very sore. And then, given the product and growth side, I'd still want to be involved anyway, so maybe it's just you do you and Charlie this is, because it'd be the same thing. Yeah, once we've agreed a product, that's basically where my involvement stops, beyond like the packaging and design stuff, and then the launch, obviously. Right, I'm basically the only one left in the office. It is 5:30. Well, I say the only one. There's only 2 of us in today, because I came in on a non-typical office day. I don't know if you can actually see me there. Quite like this place because you've got loads of places to sit and stuff. I still feel like I'm less productive in the office, to be honest, than I'm at home, because I don't have my home and middle chair and my big screen. But we could obviously sort that if I wanted to. Yeah, office feels more useful when the full team or a large proportion of the team are actually here. Whereas today it was just me and David, who's our MD, just kind of doing our own work. But I came in because I was out nearby meeting Steve Hewitt, as I mentioned earlier. And then I kind of fucked up my routine recently. I don't know what other people do, but I used to be a gym at 3 p.m. guy when I had less of a team. And I worked at home mainly. The problem I have recently, and I've found this falling into a pattern, is even though I have a fucking high rocks coach and I've not been doing my sessions nearly enough, is I've never been one to train before work, early in the morning, unless I started later. But like I usually start work at like 8 a.m. So if I was going to train, or earlier, if I was going to train, I need to train at like 6 or 7. I'm just not an early morning training guy. And then I don't really tend to go in the middle of the day anymore, or like even middle of the afternoon, like 2, 3, 4, like I used to do when the gym's empty, because I'm just on calls. I like kind of don't want to break the flow. So almost better off going at like lunchtime and then splitting the day in half, or early morning, because evening training, because right now it's like 5:30, I'm still in the office. I probably won't go to the gym till minimum 7, if not 8, if not 9, if I fucking end up doing like a half graveyard here. And then by that point, I'm just mentally and physically fucked. I've not eaten pre-gym and it's just not very optimum. So yeah, don't know what other people do. 3 p.m. used to be the best for me after lunch. Afternoon slump, where I'm not that effective anyway. So yeah, might try and get back on that, or get back on lunchtime. It's actually kind of why I like being a few hours ahead of the UK. Say you're in Dubai or something, I think 4 hours difference is optimum. 3 hours ahead in summer, 4 hours ahead in winter. Either way, 3 or 4 hours. For me, that was optimum, because I can do gym and stuff at like 8, 9, 10 a.m, whatever. Any like wellness stuff, which I think is more and more important as I've got older. I really feel if I don't look after myself, if I don't eat well, if I don't drink enough liquid, etc., train, sleep well, I just get fucked, and it affects things so much. And I think when you're younger, you take that for granted. So training before work for me is probably the best, but only if I'm a few hours ahead of the UK, which I'm not normally. So yeah, that is one benefit of being abroad in different time zone, I think, which I really value, because yeah, it's nice to start the day with that, like get it done. Because for me, I'll always default work, but I won't default do a good gym session. So yeah, to get the best out of me, it's better to train first when I'm primed, and I get the work done anyway, because I can sit, until midnight doing that. Sometimes I feel like no one's actually in London in summer, because I don't know, it feels like the whole entrepreneurship scene is just in fucking Europe, which isn't entirely true, but I do get FOMO when I'm on Instagram, when I'm in the office, almost solo, and it feels like the whole world is in Mykonos, which I could obviously go to tomorrow if I wanted to, but just in that grind phase. It's not a very good angle, this is it. The colours are quite wavy on this camera though. I'm getting like a weekly trim at the minute, but they keep fucking up. I'll try and do a tour in a bit when the office is a bit emptier. Right, as I mentioned the other day, on the 4th floor, we share an office with Suri, who are a big toothbrush brand, bigger than us. They're like the main tenant in here, and a few other brands like Grub Club. Actually, don't know the others. There's a few in here. So basically, it's like the ideal setup. So we get a massive office, get to share a lot of the stuff that we would otherwise not have access to, but we also have our section in here, which is probably going to move to another section, but I'll give you a tour and give you an idea of where we work. I was about to say every day, but I definitely don't work here every day. Got a main communal area, kitchen. Then we have this like big meeting room breakout thing. Don't know why the lights aren't on. Oh, there we go. But yeah, we just used it. We're doing our Q3 team day today, so we used this earlier. Suri, who are the main tenants in here. Toothbrush brand, pretty sick, I use them. So yeah, it's like a whole floor. We obviously wouldn't need this ourselves. Then you got more like communal areas, eating areas, ping pong, different seating if you want a change of scene. Sit and work here sometimes. Another presentation area, which we don't really use, tends to be used by Suri. And you got meeting pods, which are obviously good for calls. 1, 2, 3. I'll come round. There's always like unlimited snacks and shit in here. Fuels and dashes, pretty much sponsor. That's actually a pretty weak fridge right now. And then obviously a Spacegoods corner and another brand. Booth areas. And then the general office area, that's like Suri's side, not our side. Then we are this side, was Grub Club here. And then this is our main section. Who's featuring in my office tour? Tell me to delete it if you don't want to be in this. Some people are super camera shy. I'm doing a whole tour. Maybe I'll come back round afterwards. I'll finish the main tour first. And then there's another desk. And we're probably going to move down here. Another meeting room which we often use. Which people are in right now, so I won't show you. And then Suri's side, which I shouldn't really go on because that's their office. But yeah, you get the idea. And then every brand products that are in here. Obviously our shelf. These fuel bars that fuck me up. And then dog food if you want to eat that. And that's pretty much the whole thing. But then we've got 4 floors. Well, we're on the 4th floor. And back out where I started. Then we have different meeting rooms downstairs, which you can use. So you get a shitload of space basically for honestly fuck all cash. Not that that's the main reason we're here, but yeah, it's a pretty big building. Surreal and other brands upstairs, I believe. Pretty decent view out there. And then, like I said before, I'm pretty sure you can see the Shard. You can see the Shard from the other side, and I'll just show you that quickly. Best view in here. You can work there, not many people do. Probably there. So yeah, that's the whole office. And we only use a small part of it. I'm probably in here twice a week. But there we go. Boom. We're going to ask the team what they do. Sorry to interrupt. What is your name? What do you do in the business?
I'm Victoria and I run MPD at Spacegoods.
Very good. What is your name? What do you do in the business? You're the OG.
I'm Flo, head of operations at the business.
Hey, I'm David and I'm the managing director.
How are you surviving working with you?
Oh, it's up and down every day, Matt.
Yeah, as I thought. Who else? This isn't everyone. This is, I guess, most people in today. What's your name? What do you do in the business?
I'm India and I'm the Community Brand Activation and Social Manager.
Cool, thanks. I'm forcing people to be on camera. They definitely don't want to be, but I'm going to film it. We can edit it later if we need to. What's your name? What do you do in the business?
I'm Naomi, I'm the creative strategist.
What does that involve?
Mainly the ads that you see, I guess.
Churning. What's your name? What do you do in the business?
Hi, I'm Harry. I am the e-commerce product manager.
How stressful is it working in this business?
Not that bad.
Honest or YouTube version?
No, it's all right. We're getting a new site built, so it'll be good then.
What's your name? What do you do in the business?
Hey, I'm B and I try to stop customers from leaving.
How long have you been with us and Spacegoods?
6 or 7 months.
Enjoying it or no? I guess you have to. Well, you can be honest.
I enjoy it most days. When the numbers are up, I'm having a good time. When the numbers are down, less so.
Nice, very honest. I feel like Jess does not want to be in this. What is your name? What do you do in the business?
I'm Jess, I'm the customer experience manager.
How long have you been with Spacegoods?
A while, I think 18 months now. Yeah.
Yeah, shit. I remember interviewing you by myself in Black Sheep Coffee in January 2024. I think you were actually the first ever employee.
I think the first full time.
Yeah, like actual employee.
Yeah. So
Sorry.
yeah, so it's been a while. Yeah. So we got to know each other over coffee and
How are you surviving so far? Are you enjoying it, or do you have to give a filtered answer?
no, I don't need to filter. Love it.
What's your name? What do you do in the business?
My name's Dan. I'm the influencer marketing lead for Spacegoods.
How long have you been here?
3 months.
Why didn't you join Represent when you said they offered you a job?
They didn't offer me a job, they reached out to me about a job.
You don't think that would have been more fun?
No, not at all.
Nice. Are we scaling?
We are.
Alright, cool. I think that's everyone that is willing to be in the video. We're going to have to make some edits.